shaking underneath, trying to take me alive. Get ready for the fallout. Can't stop me now. I got no rival. I'ma fight my way through the blood and pain game of survival. Any time or place, watch 'em run away. I got none. I'll be standing on my own, never gonna take my throne. I got no rival. Watch 'em run away. I got no, I got no rival.
How are we all? And welcome back to Turf Moorhouse TV, where we are bringing you another EFL Championship prediction show, as per usual. It's good to be back. Obviously, last week we did it at 7:30 because we were doing a stream at 9 o'clock, but we are back at our regular time, 9 o'clock on the hour, on the dot. I'm happy to say that Anthony's back as well. And there's been a little bit of a change in the scoreline. Kate, my other half, who was usually top of the leaderboard, romping it week in, week out, just, yeah, we found her Achilles heel. Last week was that. And she's now slipped into second by only a point. The guests are leading it. Did you actually think I was going to say I was top? Because trust me being at top, nah, there's more chance of Burnley signing Messi for, I don't know, seeing him in like company, meeting him in Poundland, God knows what. Anyway, thank you very much for tuning in. Do appreciate it. Obviously, get your predictions in as we're going through them, which is always great as per usual. One thing I would like you to do, please, if you can, is drop a like on this video. Absolutely smash that like button. Also, if you haven't subscribed already, then what are you doing? It's free. Subscribe to the channel. Let's grow. Let's get to 700. Hopefully the 1K. I'm not saying that it's going to happen in one stream, but the main goal is that 1K to hit that. But if we can get to 700 by Christmas, I will be a happy man. So please hit that sub button if you are new. And to get notified of when we next go live, hit that notification bell as well. That also does help. You can also catch us on social media platforms. We are on everything. In fact, I get confused when I try to say it. So here's a little video to show you where you can find us at Turf Moorhouse on social media. So there he is, the man, the myth, the legend. Anthony Herbert's in the building. He's sat there, comfortable, lapping it up after watching his mighty Arsenal win 1-0 earlier on. How are you doing, pal?
Not too bad, Dan. Yourself?
Yeah, can't smile wide enough, mate.
Oh, it's brilliant. Even better now, the guesses are at the top of the league, aren't we? We are top of the league. We are top of the league.
I mean, everything's top of the league for you at the moment. Arsenal top of the league,
Yeah.
top of this leaderboard as well. I mean, you must be happy the way you've started, from an Arsenal fan perspective. I understand, obviously, I know this is the EFL, but, every guest would like to speak to them about the team. You've got to be happy with what Arteta's done so far this campaign.
Well, yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, when you first come in, I went Arteta in, as you know, but he's done really well. You can't fault him. You've got to give credit where credit is due, and we got Leeds United this weekend coming up, so hopefully we can get a win there and just stay on top of the league. They're the only team I feel in the Premier League that can challenge Man City for the Premier League. But I got to be honest with you, is Man City's going to win it. They'll win the league. But I feel like as long as we're there, just sort of like challenging them, just behind them, that'd do me. But if he wins the Europa League, I'll hold up my hands and say he's the man, and I was wrong.
No, that's fair shout. I think you won't be the only fan to do that either. Which, a lot of fans will be in their app. Some of them will be like, "Nah, I'm not gonna give in after one good season." But that said, as I say, you are top of the leaderboard at the moment. How did you do last time you was in? Actually, I'm trying to have a look now. Last week I drew with. These papers keep falling out. This bloody book. Oh, you rocked it. You and Kate both got 5 the last time you were on.
Yeah. I think, was it last week as well? It was our last, yeah, I think it was last week's show. Me and Kate pretty much went for the same scorelines as well. Apart from one, I think it was one team. I can't remember what that team was, but every scoreline was literally the same. We guessed who was going to win and what the score was going to be. So we're like not far off.
Well, so it seems that the two of you would have had an off week last week. So probably good you didn't come on last week. Although it would have been a lot better. In fact, it'd have been a lot better for me. But I clearly enjoy being bottom of the league. That said, guys, get your predictions in as we go through them. It is week 11 of the EFL predictions, and as I say every week, we're not covering the Tuesday, Wednesday games. We're covering, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and that's not Tuesday. Sorry, just Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Tuesday's games go as like a full-on different week, but we're not covering them. So please do, obviously, get yourselves involved. Get in a couple of comments to start with. Dan's in. He says first. I mean, fair enough. Yeah, I suppose you are. But hope you're well, mate. And Simon's in. How do Shaggers? How are you doing, Mr. Edmondson? Hope you are well, pal. Right, let's get into it then. I understand there's probably not going to be a lot of people potentially joining this stream tonight with there being, a bit of football on the box. Man United are still playing. West Ham are playing. So I can understand if people don't come in. But either way, we are still going to do what we usually do, which is chat shit for an hour and a bit. And obviously try and get you guys involved as well. That said then, let's get to... in fact, no, I wanted to ask you, how did Bristol City get on against Preston last night?
Oh, do you know what? We won 2-1.
Hey!
1-2-1. We went 1-0 up. Atkinson, our defender, and I think Preston, what they did, they equalised. I think that was around about the 80th minute, 82nd minute, something like that.
Oh.
And then Atkinson got a second one, so our centre back got 2 goals for us. Right bang on smack on the 90th minute as well. So that was good for us to get the win, because you look at the team, in the Championship, we're like City are like, well, we're like 7 points away from relegation, and we're like 3 points away from the playoffs. So
league this year, isn't it?
It is. It's so close. I mean, you couldn't even predict it. I mean, we're only 4 points behind Burnley.
Yeah.
If you think of it. So I mean, and I think you're 4th in the league now, aren't you? So
yeah, we're only 2 points off top of the league.
Yeah.
And
so he's going to play for. It's
massively open
to tell yet, but
massively open in the league. Simon says there, good old Wigan. Yeah, them beating bastards the other night 1-0 was fantastic as well. And Simon says, I'd rather watch this than the trap that's on the TV. See, as soon as they get rid of the old guard at Sky Sports, that's it. It's like, right, we need something else to watch. And I'm glad to see everybody in as well, so I appreciate it, Simon, really do. True Red's in. Like, shit in a field is everywhere, is True Red. I hope you're well, Luke. Hope you're well, mate, and nice to see you in the chat as well. Right, let's get in amongst it then. So, QPR, the visitors to Kenilworth Road against Luton. Luton, so far, form not so consistent. Wins and losses all over the shop, but at home, surely got to be the favourable side.
Yeah, I mean, you can see them being the favourable side. I mean, QPR, I mean, they're a bit iffy at the minute because they can pull a result out of the bag, can't they, without expecting it sometimes. So, but yeah, do you know what, Dan? I'm gonna go for a draw on this one. I'm gonna be the same
Draw.
as you, mate. I'm gonna go on the fence on this one.
Not wrong with that, mate. Not wrong with that at all. Make sure I get that written in. Right, let's have a look at the Let's have a look at the table for where these teams are. QPR, I must say, no underdogs. Currently sat in third in the division, where Luton are in 10th. The last two results they've drawn.
I think they've got a few tools as well, aren't they? QPR, they've been picking up points throughout, but they've had quite.
QPR have won 3 on the bounce now. They're on their. They've won 3 on the bounce, which is probably what's put them. Well, they're level on points with top of the league, so they're only not top of the league due to goal difference. So
yeah, but the trouble is though with Luton, I mean, is they can score it like they can get a last minute winner, can't they? It's like they seem like a smash and grab team. I mean, they lost their best player last season. I mean, to us because we signed him, and but I feel that they can't do a good job, Luton, but unfortunately their defense is a bit poor than what their attacking is, so they just need to shape up there a bit more in defense, and obviously just get certain points so they can just gradually, slowly, just creep up the table. That's the only option for Luton.
It is indeed. Kate's gone for a QPR win. I don't know whether to go for the home side or join you. I don't.
Well, I've noticed there's some of the games. I mean, to be honest with you, I've noticed over the last couple of weeks, the teams that's lower down in the table are beating the ones that's like mid-table or above. So, do you know what I mean? Is obviously it's
Yeah.
all to play for, but I mean, I gotta go. I just pulled, basically, just thought right that'd be a draw. The only
Yeah, I
reason
mean,
why I said it
as
was a
we
draw
say,
because I put
Luton
a
have
bet
drawn
on.
the last 2.
Yeah,
Luton have drawn the last 2 before that 1-2. It's just QPR being 3 wins on the bounce. They'll want to keep that momentum up and keep the pressure on Sheffield United and Norwich. But
it's true, but sometimes with QPR, sometimes they slip up a little bit as well, don't they? They can go on a good spell and then they go on a dip.
you know what? I'm gonna do it. Something telling me I need to go for QPR, so I'm gonna go for it. I am going to back the away side. At least that way, Kate's now closer to me by a point, so at least we both get a point then as well. Sometimes there's got to be a bit of method to the madness. But hey ho, duck is in. Don't fuck with the duck because the duck don't fuck. How are you doing, my friend? Hope you are well. He says, evening, guys. QPR win for him. So, yeah, it seems people are going for a QPR win. But don't blame me, Anthony. I mean, if you're going for the draw, mate, I can understand why. That said, another Saturday lunchtime kickoff. It's a good old Yorkshire affair. Rotherham against Huddersfield. How do you see this one pairing? Not pairing. Tithead.
I mean, Rotherham, in all fairness, they haven't done too bad, have they? I mean, Huddersfield are slightly down the other end. Do you know what? I'm gonna go for a home win on this one. I'm gonna go for Rotherham.
That's not a bad shout. Not a bad shout. I think this may be the first split of the night, because you've gone for the home side who have drawn, lost, but currently sit 18th with 15 points, where Huddersfield are in the bottom 3 and have drawn and won under their new manager. And obviously, if they do win, would put themselves within a point of Rotherham as well, but get themselves potentially out of the bottom 3. Kate's gone for a draw. If not, she reckons it'll be a close one. True Red's gone for Luton to win 2-0 as well from the first one. Ducky's gone for Huddersfield 2-1, and I'm with Ducky. I'm going to go for the away side. This is where I think we're going to go with a nice split. Kate on the fence, you with the home side, me with the away side. I tell you what, have you heard the voice of that new Huddersfield manager?
No, I haven't. No.
Oh
So
my
he's
God, he's Scottish, Spanish, American. Like it's almost like his accent is it's predominantly Scottish, but it's got all these different twangs to it.
yeah.
And it's so weird, really, really weird. But you know, he got a tune out of him the other day. No matter whatever accent he wanted to put on and pretend to be, and obviously they got the win. So must be doing something right. Told Mark Fotheringham, and I'm sure Huddersfield fans will be happy to see that as well. True Red says, got you streaming on my phone and Chris streaming on my TV. Oh, listen,
Eh?
Chris is big enough. You want to shrink him down to phone size and get me on the box. That's what you want, pal. You're doing it the wrong way. You're doing it the wrong way. No, I'll do it however you see fit, Luke.
Yeah.
Don't
I
worry
got you on
about
my
it.
phone as well, Dan. You look all right on my phone, mate.
Background and screensaver. Simon says, Rotherham 1, Huddersfield 1. Yeah, could be a case of them cancelling each other out. It is all to play for in that one. Like I say, guys, get your predictions in and we'll get them up on the screen and talk about them. I watched a video earlier where a Liverpool fan actually said, I reckon we're going to win 7-1. And it shows his mates laughing about it. They're absolutely laughing about the fact that he said 7-1. And what did Liverpool do to Rangers? They won 7-1.
7-1. Yeah.
People are asking him for lottery numbers and all sorts, but hey ho, hey ho.
Yeah.
Never trust a Scouser.
Never trust a pet. Yeah. I got to be careful because like this has got family from there.
There's being careful and treading on thin ice, but
there is, yeah. But she knows how I feel. She knows how I feel anyway. So
yeah, she knows it'll all just be like a bit of a laugh.
yeah.
Although there might be some sort of truthful sentiment to it behind it, but they don't need to know that, do they?
No, they don't. They don't.
Speaking of teams that have hit some form, it's your boys at home against Millwall. 3:00 kickoff on Saturday. Back-to-back wins.
Yes. Do you know what? Obviously, you know me, Dan. I'm gonna go for a Bristol City win. I hate Millwall. I detest Millwall. I can't stand them. How much you hate Blackburn, I hate Millwall. Seriously, I can't. I went and watched them last season, and I'm glad we beat them 3-2. Since last season, we got rid of a few players because obviously COVID didn't help, and we got hit with a £40 million debt at Bristol City. So obviously we had to sell some players off to obviously cover for that debt. So, but it's like what I said on recent form as we go now. I'm going to go for a Bristol City win on this one. I mean, I think it's about 1 or 2 points that separates us. It could be a point, but hopefully with City, if they can start winning games now
Yeah,
and be on the up.
it's only a
I hope
point.
this,
You're right. It's a point.
yeah. So I really want 3 points from City this weekend.
Yeah, a must-win game for either side in terms of the battle for you've got to be beating those teams around you no matter what time
Well,
or part of the season it is.
this is what it is. Look, is Millwall. I think towards last season, I think they were like when I say bottom half of the table, I mean I think they finished it's like mid table
No,
down
they were
last season.
just short of
Oh
playoff
no, it wasn't.
contenders.
Yeah, it was. Sorry, it was. Yeah, I think it's and well, to be honest with you, I think I got I just can't stand them, Dan. I hate them.
No,
I hate them with a real passion. I've gone down the gate and I've seen them so many times down there. My brother's asked me if I want to go down this Saturday. I might do, but last time I went to the City Ground this season, I think we played. It was Cardiff. I think we won 2-0. And in all fairness, it cost me 35 quid to go and watch that game. So
Yeah.
yeah, so it's all right. Yeah, I mean, you could have a good day out, but sometimes it is
Yeah, but that's
City.
the thing, though. You get your ticket, don't you, at like 30, 35 quid. And then you've got all beer and your food between it. You're looking at like £100 day out before you've even got home.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. And I worked out it's actually cheaper to go and watch Aston Villa in the Premier League than Bristol City, believe it or not.
Bloody hell. There'll be better football
So
at Ashton Gate, mate. Better football at Ashton Gate. Save your money.
yeah, saving money in it. But yeah, I'm gonna go for a City win on this one, mate.
You know what? I've gone with you. I'm sorry, Kate. No, 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 no. I think she's going to have back-to-back bad weeks, maybe. she's gone
Oh,
for she's gone for the old Millwall. Ducky's gone for Bristol City to win 3-0. Simon's gone the same for Millwall to win 2-1. I can see it going either way. It is going to
yeah.
be a very end-to-end game, and I reckon it could be one of those that just plays out a draw because nobody wants to lose a point in this
Well,
sort of battle. But
yeah.
no,
And to be
I'm
honest
with
with you,
you.
there's always a bit of rivalry. There's always seems to be a bit of rivalry between us and Millwall, and obviously between us, Cardiff City, and Swansea City as well. There always seems that like these three teams, always a bit of rivalry between us.
Well, fingers crossed you get the win, mate. Because
Yeah,
I'm going with you. I'm going with you. I'm with you for that one. Luke saying he just said the City ground. What a legend. Um, Kate says I'm expecting the bad week. To be honest, well, last week was the bad week. Surely not 2 weeks in a row, but we shall see. Stranger things have happened in
yeah, we'll
football.
see.
That's why we say football is a funny old game.
But in all
Because
fairness, Kate's not bad in predicting. The obviously as we know because she was top of the league. Obviously, she came off last week, but she's led it for quite some time.
yeah, I mean, she from the beginning, she's been top dog. She was top dog in the Premier League One last year. So, she, for someone who knows very little about football, she knows clearly that a lot more than we do who knows football.
Yeah, and you're like thinking inside, it's like, how the bloody hell did he know that? It's like sometimes my missus, she can pick good score lines as well. And she does sometimes she does better than me. And I'm thinking, how the bloody hell did you know that? So I'm trying to get her to put on a couple of bets for me on the football on the weekend as well. But if they come in, I won't tell her I'll keep the money. But no, I won't do that. I won't do that. I would tell her, but I'll tell her
What's
the wrong
yours is
amount.
yours, and what's mine is mine.
Yeah,
No, what's yours is mine. Yeah, what's yours is mine, and what's mine is mine, isn't it?
mine. Yeah, yeah.
That's the one. That's the one. Simon says, I must say, I've only had one prediction right all season, so don't worry about me. Wow. Wow. Yay, I'm not bottom. Suppose every cloud, every cloud. Luke's gone for Bristol to win 2-1 as well. So, see, all the love and support's in there for Bristol. Right, you shithouses in the chat. This is where you put your money where your mouth is. The Clarets at home to Swansea.
Mm.
This one, Anthony, is again another tough game. Swansea currently sat in sixth position with 4 back-to-back wins. They only narrowly lost 1-0 to to Sheffield United, sorry, prior to those 4 wins. But on their way in them 4 wins, they beat Watford, they beat West Brom. They beat some very decent calibre of teams in them 4 games. Burnley, however, only a point above them. And that's only because they've drawn more games, really. Again,
Yeah, I
similar
think
to
you've
what you
drawn
said.
3, haven't you?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a difficult one. You'd like to think with being at Turf Moor, Burnley would have the upper hand, but too many draws for Burnley could be a bit of a struggle. I mean, how do you see it going?
Uh, trouble is though, it's like what you said. Swansea's in that fine form, aren't they? They've won the last four games, but and you've only won 2, haven't you? But you've drawn the like 3 games in between those. But do you know what? I to be honest with you, Dan, I'm edging to say a Burnley win, but I'm going to play it safe because I'm going to think of the points. Right, I'm going to go on the fence with this one, and I'm going to go a draw.
A draw. No,
Yeah.
fair shout. Fair
If you
shout.
had somebody else, that was lower down the league, obviously I would have said Burnley win. But trouble is though, this game is the hardest one to call.
Yeah, David Prutton on Sky Sports, he's gone for Burnley to nick it 1-0, but you you know, I don't think it will be, but we shall see. We shall see. Um, let's have a look what everybody else is saying in the chat. Kate says the championship is so unpredictable, completely different to the Prem. It's just a huge guessing game. A lot of the time, it's easy to predict with the Prem, but this time, not so much. Ducky's gone for Burnley 2-1, but it will not be easy at all. Kate's gone with the Burnley win, redeeming herself. In fact, has she gone? No, just checking further down the list to see if she'd gone for the usual. But she's gone with a Burnley win. Simon says 2-0 Clarets. Just got a feeling Jay is going to bag. Yeah, in terms of goal scorers, the goal scorers are quite close as well. Like you've got Jay with 5, Teller with 5, and I think their two top goal scorers have both got 4. So it's there's a lot of comparisons between the two sides, which I can understand why Anthony's gone back to the fence with this one. Barrow on tour says 2-1 or 2-2. Make your mind up, son. One or the other. But yeah, I can see it. It's one of those games where people think two good teams, there'll be goals galore, and it could be one
Yeah.
of those where it's either nicked 1-0 or it's a bore fest.
Always a goal first, yeah.
Yeah, I'm unsure what to go for.
It's like what I said. This game is really, I think, to be honest with you, this is the game of the weekend, which is the hardest one to call. One of the hardest ones to call this game, and I when I was looking and you was playing each other on the weekend, I thought, God, blimey, what can I pick for that one? But
I wouldn't begrudge a draw. I won't
yeah,
lie. I wouldn't begrudge a draw because this is a team banging form at the moment, and
well,
we've got to
yeah,
try
it
and put
is.
that to. Basically you've got two jobs. You've got to stop them from being in form and being on fire, but
Yeah,
you've also got to be able to find that killer instinct and killer edge to do it. Yeah, I want to say Burnley, but now that Kate's let a guard slip, I'm thinking I've got to be a bit. I've got to think tactical now. I think we've drawn too many games, and I reckon it's going to be another one of those. I'm gonna go with you, Anthony. I'm gonna go for the draw. I can't. As much as I want to back Burnley,
yeah.
and I couldn't give a shit if that lost and Burnley won. Brill stuff. But we've just drawn too many, and so late in games we've chucked it away. Even the win at Coventry, we're 1-0 up, and in the dying 10 minutes, we were on the back foot. They were pumping shots at us left, right, and centre. So
Yeah,
yeah, I'm with you on that one. I'm with you at that one. But obviously, deep down, I do hope for a Burnley win. Dan says here as well from Barrow on tour, can you give your score prediction for Barrow versus Rochdale?
2-1 Barrow.
2-1 Barrow. Oh, 3-all. I'm going for a goal for. Nah, I'm not. I'm not. Yeah, I am. Sod it. I am. Yeah, I'm going for a 3 apiece, 3-3. Who knows? It's just guesswork, isn't it? True Red's gone Burnley 3, Swansea 1. Up the Clarets indeed. And he says, "Wow, Dan 3-3." Well, you never know. You never know. Big. Is it David Unsworth that's gone in at Rochdale, or is it Oldham he's gone in at? I can't remember. But either way, 3-3. We shall see. We shall see. Next up then on the list Cardiff against Coventry. Looking at these, Cardiff sit 12th, Coventry rock bottom of the league with 7 points. Cardiff have won 2 games on the bounce now. You'd have to say that that Cardiff will probably edge this, especially with being the home side.
Well, to be honest with you, I know because obviously Coventry are bottom of the league, aren't they? But
yeah,
with Cardiff, you think of it, there's even though Coventry is the bottom, but their goal difference is like -7, something like that. Coventry's -6, -7, so they haven't really got like a
-6, yeah.
-6, and then obviously I know Cardiff is not in the plus, not yet. They're not +1, so I think are they on 0 Cardiff or
-1?
-1? So obviously their defense hasn't been playing that great at the minute, have they?
No.
Cardiff, because they're still on minus goal difference. Do you know what? I'm gonna go on the fence with this one again, Dan. I'm gonna go a draw on this one. The only reason being is because when I've been watching the highlights of the championship, even though Coventry are bottom of the league, but there's spells you see on the highlights that they haven't been playing that bad. They play good.
No.
They play good attacking football, but they just can't hardly seem to score.
And you've got to think they're probably only there as well because of all the pitch issues as well. They've had about 2 or 3 games called off due to the pitch issues as well.
Which is So I think I'm going to go for a draw on this one. And I think after this game they might start picking up some points, Dan, to be honest with you.
No, fair assessment, mate. Fair assessment. As I say, it's all guesswork. It's all about opinion. Get them in and let us know what you think. Ducky's gone 2-0 Cardiff. Mr. Welch is in the Hizzles. Hope you are well. King Galahad's arch nemesis is in the building. Evening to your fine self, pal. And Kate has gone with a Cardiff win. I'm sorry to Cardiff fans. I enjoyed speaking to a Cardiff fan recently, Miles. He was mad as me. And to be honest, I'm sorry, Miles. I'm sorry, Sky Blue Fans TV, but I'm going for Cardiff. I just think Cardiff at home. I just think recently they've been a bit too strong. But what do I know? I'm bottom of the prediction league. That said, True Red says Cardiff 0, Coventry 1. Honestly, Cardiff I can't stand. Simon says Cardiff 2-0, only because the father-in-law and lads at work are Coventry fans. Plus, living in the Midlands, I can't do with them. Plus, the Wasps are expecting to go into administration on Monday. Yeah, so off the field matters could come into play a little bit as well. So we shall see. We shall see. On to the next one then. 2 teams who, well, Borough have started to pick up since the sacking of Chris Wilder. Blackburn have been so inconsistent. The Dirty Inbreds have had a win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, which means no doubt they're probably going to win this one. That said, things can change in football. Borough, as much as they've managed to get themselves out of the bottom 3, lost their last game, but the game before won. I expected Borough to be doing a lot better. 21st in the division. I thought even with Chris Wilder, I had them in the top 6 at the end of the season. But no, Blackburn in 7th. 10 points in front. Sorry, not 10 points. 8 points in front. Sorry. It's makes for a good one because Blackburn will really want to push to get into the playoffs. And obviously, the fact that they're 7th and Swansea are 6th, they'll be obviously keeping an eye on proceedings at Turf Moor as well. But for you, how do you see this one faring? Borough at home?
I got to be honest with you, Dan. I'm going to go for a Blackburn win on this one. I know you're not. I know you're going to hate it, but to be honest with you, it's the way Middlesbrough are this season. I knew that they were crying out for a manager. I think was it Michael Carrick recently turned the Middlesbrough job down.
Yeah, I think you were linked with the job, weren't you? And then
He was linked with it, and I think he turned it down, to be honest with you. So obviously, when they interviewed him, they obviously couldn't promise him this, that, or the other. So that's the most probably reason why he turned it down and walked away from it. So it makes you think if there's any problems in Middlesbrough regarding maybe money, buying in players, bringing in. Do you know what I mean? So I mean,
maybe that
yeah,
time that they're in the Premier League, it cost them, because they were laughing at us,
yeah,
absolutely laughing their tits off at us when they were signing players like, Alvaro Negredo, Victor Valdez, and we went and spent 2.5 million on Nick Pope and Johan Berg Gudmundsson. But yet they had one or two seasons in the Prem. We had, sustainability, turned Nick Pope into an England international. Okay, Gudmundsson's still with us, but who's having the last laugh? Maybe that's one of those things. We've seen it with one of your favourite clubs, Southampton. They've they did it though, didn't they? They had the money problems and they dropped down to League One and they had to rebuild again.
I don't know how you say Southampton. What am I? Well, to be honest with you, we both got a piece of merchandise from Southampton Football Club, haven't we?
We have.
But yeah, this is what I'm saying. It is I'm going to go for a Blackburn win. I think there's problems with Middlesbrough. It's more to do with the backboard room, the staff there. I don't know what the revenue is like there, but it just seems like to me, it might be money as well. I mean, for Michael Carrick to go there and get that for the job and just literally said, like, that's it, I'm not interested and walk away. It just make you think there are problems there. So yeah, so
Yeah.
with that being that, I'm gonna obviously go for a Blackburn win.
No, fair shout, mate. Fair shout. Chris Welch says, let's smash that like button for these legends like I'll smash Kid Galahad's face in. Good lad. Good lad. But please do drop a like on this channel as well. Really do appreciate it. Simon says, I'm abstaining because Borough are shite and I don't want to say the other name. You know what? I do not blame you, Simon. Unfortunately, some of us have to bite the bullet and do it. It's easy to bite the bullet when it's not switched on or the battery's been put in the wrong way around. Doesn't chatter so much against your teeth. That said, Kate has gone for the draw, and True Red's gone for a draw as well. So I can't bring myself to go for him.
Right,
I can't.
Dan, let me ask a question. Let me ask a question on this. Right, it's just.
I'd rather finish bottom. I'd rather finish bottom.
Yeah, but if you had to, right, you've got to pick one, right?
Right.
You go to Ewood Park and watch a Blackburn game, or B, you eat a pizza with a lovely pineapple topping. Now, come on, which one are you going to choose between the two?
Bloody hell.
Can you pick one?
I think I'd definitely have to suffer with the pineapple.
Yes, I got him, Kate. So now I said that. Kate said tomorrow is pizza for tea with pineapple on the top.
No matter what I said there, you shitbag. No matter what I said there. You fucking scrumpy drinking arsehole. I'll give you that one. I will give you that one.
Pineapple on pizza tomorrow night for tea for you, Dan.
No, you're all right. All right. I'll sit at back door and play my own shark for an hour. That'll be more entertaining. Speaking of shark, I'm not going to back them. I'm going to go with Kate. I'm going to go on the fence and go for Borough Blackburn draw. Simon says, pineapple pizza all day long. You sick individuals.
Yes, Simon. Let's keep it. Let's trend
need
it.
to screen grab this admission. No, it wasn't an admission. It was basically saying, would I rather go to see Blackburn play or eat pineapple on pizza? Well, to be fair, I should have said see Blackburn play because I was saying that or no, because you said go to Ewood Park and see Blackburn play. I was thinking I could use the question against you by saying, well, I will do when they come to Turf Moor.
But you didn't, did you?
But you didn't say it like that. You said about going to Ewood Park to watch them.
Exactly.
So, no.
Bring out the
Kate says,
pineapple.
maybe you're the sick individual, Dan, for not having no taste. And now he's looking at a phone to see if she wrote Dan or Daniel, because I
It's
said
true.
Dan. Sam said, I'd rather eat shit on pizza than watch Bastards. Well bloody said, sir. Well bloody said. Speaking of Bastards in one, we then go on to the Nobbers, who are at home at Deepdale against Stoke City. And Simon says, for the record, I ate pineapple on pizza. Good lad. So yeah, Preston again, not far from the playoffs. Sat just behind Blackburn in 8th, actually, with 19 points. Stoke on 17th with 16. So there's only 3 points in it. And
Yeah.
Stoke won their last game. Preston didn't, obviously, because your successful Reds beat them just the other night. So
Yeah.
Preston at home, I don't know. Is it going to be Preston at Deepdale, great stuff, or is it going to be Preston at home, deep shit?
I think it's going to be Preston in deep shit. Because I'm going to win for. Actually, no. Do I want this to happen? I'm thinking, because we're only a point. It's like 2 points. Bristol City are like 2 points above Stoke and a point by Preston, I think. So I know they're above us. So do you know what? I'm going to have to go on the fence on this one, Dan. I'm on the fence a lot tonight, you know.
You are.
Yeah.
Very interesting. You know, you do get them weeks. You do get them weeks where there's a lot of draws in the league. So
Yeah. So I'm
you
going to
know,
go on the fence. I'm going to go on the fence this one. The only reason because of my team versus City, and obviously I want them to beat Millwall because obviously that's a team I can't stand. So, but yeah, go on the fence. It'd be a draw, be a 1-1 draw, and City beat Millwall, and then we'll go up the table by a couple of places, and the playoffs will be just there right in front of us.
why not, mate? Why not? Ducky says Preston 1-0. Simon says back to normal with a 0-0. True Red's gone for Preston 2-0 over Stoke, and Kate's gone for a Preston win. Let me have a look at that table again. Oh, it's not going to help. I mean, I'm bottom for a reason. I don't know why I've started dragging tables into it. Preston won 2 before they lost the other night, but they came up against the Bristol City side who probably had a point to prove with the loss before that.
Yeah.
Stoke winning the last game. I don't. You know what? Sod it. I'm going across the board. I'm going to go for Stoke. Yes, Preston started off the season as one of those teams that were very hard to beat defensively, but also couldn't hit the back of the net. So I can understand why you've gone on the fence with that. And Stoke winning the last game, I'm going to say that they're going to try and look for back-to-back wins. So an even split across the board there. Next up then, Steve Bruce gone. West Brom still on the lookout for a gaffer. Reading surprising everybody this season, especially with Paul Ince as manager. And when I say that, it's just because, and I just want to say, I'm saying that because obviously the job he's done at MK Dons, at Flaming Blackburn Rovers, he had a mare.
Yeah.
He had an absolute mare. So there's nothing in it by saying, oh, like, why is he questioning it? I just want to clarify because I don't want people to go, oh, you use any other sort of colour of skin comments or things like that. I wouldn't want that. So I'm just saying based on the fact that in his last couple of jobs, he's not really, fit the bill. However, for Reading, he's been absolutely fantastic this season.
Well, yeah. It's like what you said. They're like 5th in the league, aren't they? I think, to be honest with you, this was one of the teams. Reading, the team, is the team I ticked to be down towards the bottom
Yes,
this season. But I think they've done really well, as you said, with West Brom. Obviously, they got rid of Steve Bruce. You put the two teams on paper. You would favour West Brom with the players that they've got compared to the players that Reading's got. But you know what? I can see now with Steve Bruce gone, I can see West Brom piping up a bit now. They're gonna start hitting form, and I think they're gonna get a couple of wins. And I think it's gonna start with this weekend. Um, I don't think there was something there between the players and Steve Bruce that I don't think they hit it off. I think he lost the dressing room. That was obviously why he had to go, and hence being down, like, obviously the bottom three of the table. So I'm gonna go for a West Brom win on this one, because you
no,
look at the last lot of games. I think Reading's
fair
only won
shout.
one. Reading's only won one in five.
That is a fair shout, mate. To be fair, and what a game to get themselves back into it if they do.
Yeah,
So I can understand your reasonings when you said it. I thought, yeah, he's actually got a fair point there. Um, hmm. Reading like coming up against sides like this, though. I don't know. I might make it an even split again and say that West Brom may go to Reading and nick a draw. But it's like you say, if they do have a stronger squad.
yeah, and they're better on paper as well. I just think Steve Bruce lost the dressing room. I don't think the players liked him. They didn't respect him, his decisions, and all this and that. So obviously he had to go.
Well,
And I think the players be glad to see. Obviously, knew that he's gone. I think you'll start seeing a different West Brom side now.
well, wherever I go, I'm going to have a warm seat because I could either join Kate at home, who's gone for a Reading win, or I could join you away from home with West Brom, or I could sit where you left a nice warm seat on the fence previous.
You haven't really gone on the fence in this street.
Well, no, I've gone. This is, I'm going to go on the fence. This has only been my third time. Yours is
Right.
one. You've only had it. You've only been on the fence four as well, so
Ah,
not too bad. Not
not
too
too
bad.
bad.
So yeah, a nice even split. Kit for the home side, myself on the fence, and you for the away. Interesting stuff. You guys are saying Simon says Reading 1-0. Ducky's going 2-1 West Brom, and True Red's going 2-1 Reading. So yeah, it's splitting opinions. Is that one? Really, really is. Next up, then Blackpool. What a performance against Watford, shall I say? I must add as well. Beating them 3-1 at Bloomfield Road was a cracking result for them. Sheffield United, yes, lost two on the bounce. Top of the league, and have lost two on the bounce. Blackpool, obviously, with that win against Watford, will be very, very happy and took them out of the bottom three. Do you see Blackpool getting something here, or do you think Sheffield United, after two losses, should turn a corner against a team like Blackpool?
Oh, blimey. I mean, Blackpool, they're pretty much down the bottom of the league, aren't they? I think they're about like 20th, I think. Uh,
19th, not far,
Nice.
not far.
Yeah. So, um, and obviously, it's like what you said. They had that win against Watford as well. I mean, they they have certain good spells in the game as well. Their attacking is not that bad. They're better obviously going forward than defending Blackpool. Hence, that's obviously where they are in the league. But to be honest with you, Sheffield United, I did say that this was one of my favourite teams to go up this season, along with Norwich. I think that would be the top two,
Hmm.
Norwich City and Sheffield United. But then again, it's like what you said, Sheffield United has lost they've lost their last two games. So I think, to be honest with you, I think Sheffield United is going to win this. I think they're going to nick it by a goal. I think it'd be something like 2-1. But I mean, obviously, they've lost two games, two back-to-back games, but they're due a win now, aren't they? So that's most probably what they'd be thinking about. So I think they'll be up for this game, Sheffield United, and they'll get the win. It won't be easy, but I think they'll just nip the win.
No, fair shout, mate. Kate, alongside you, has gone for a Sheffield United win. Ducky says, fantastic win for Blackpool last week against Watford. I think Blackpool win 2-1. True Red's gone for 2-0 against Sheffield United. And Simon's gone down the middle. He's on the fence with a 1-1. You know what, Simon? I'm with you. I'm gonna stay sat on the fence. I'm gonna stay sat on the fence in this one. I think Sheffield United will want to put it to rights, but I think Blackpool will turn up there knowing that win against Watford will give them a little bit of steely determination going into this one. So yeah, I could see it being 1-1. So I'm gonna go on the fence again. So we're level now on the fence, Anthony. Don't worry about it. Don't worry yourself. And John says, I heard rumours of an election. If that's the case, elect Chris Welch as the new PM. You're a madman. You're a madman. And Chris says, no, thanks, John. I'd rather put my head in boiling water than associate myself with brain-dead idiots. I mean, thank you for coming on the show and, basically saying that we're not brain-dead idiots because you're here. So, in a nutshell, I'll take the backhanded compliment. Cheers, Welchy left. That said, yeah, I'm gonna go on the fence with that one. Next up, then, a trip up to the northeast. Sunderland against Wigan. Good old fat bastard pie eaters taking a trip up to a land full of Greg shops. Danger is about to happen. The Stadium of Light is going to see Wigan take on Sunderland. I mean, looking at the league table, Sunderland mid-table 13th, drew 3, lost 1 in their last 4, and obviously Wigan are in ninth. Not consistent, but consistent enough, if you get me, for where Wigan are after their recent promotion last season.
Yeah. Yeah. I think with Wigan, obviously, where they are now in the table, both teams, and what point separates them, it sort of like makes it tough to pick. But I think you look at, I think Wigan lost they won their last game, sorry, didn't they, Wigan? And Sunderland hasn't been, they haven't been in form of late, have they?
No.
Sunderland. But I could see Sunderland coming out and doing something because, as they think, they're due a win. This could be a game that they could win, to be honest with you. And so could Wigan. But do you know what? I'm gonna go. What should I go? I'm gonna go for a Sunderland win on this one because they're at home and they got the home advantage and they're really due a win. So, and it's like what I said, where they are in the league, the points between them is nothing. So I'm gonna go for a Sunderland win.
No, fair one. You guys are saying, Kate says she's gone for a draw. Ducky's gone for
well.
It's one of those games. It could definitely go either way. Ducky's gone 2-1 Sunderland. True Red's gone for 1-1. Simon's gone for Wigan to win it 2-1. So yeah, it's.
I think to be honest with you, Dan, I think if it's one of those games that's got a smash and grab, I think it's this one, this game.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go for the one that's blank. I'm gonna go for Wigan to do it away. I just think it brings a bit of drama to the scoreline as well. Not really. I probably get it wrong, but yeah, I'm going to go for the away side. But I do understand where you're coming from. That they are due a win at home at some point. Probably come against Burnley now next weekend. Hopefully not though. But
to be honest with you, they
we shall see.
They beat us, Sunderland.
Did they?
Yeah, Bristol City they beat us 3-2. I think that was the second. Was that the second game of the season? Second game in, or maybe the third? But that was the cheapest game. It was at Ashton Gate as well. And they were selling tickets for 15 quid. On that game, and went down.
Yeah.
Yeah, went down there and watched it. Yeah, it was disappointing. Yeah, we lost three
They
two.
just let the local pisshead pick ticket prices down there each week. Or what?
No, that it was a one-off because I think what it was because they just got promoted this season, didn't they, Sunderland?
Yeah. So
And
I feel like
then the
certain category games have different prices.
prices, yeah. So that was the cheapest game this season. We won't get another cheaper game than that.
No, well, unless, apart from cup games potentially,
Yeah.
but league game, I know I get what you're saying. The big game then this weekend, for me, probably one of the biggest games in terms of the position for where they both are. Watford Norwich, a game that we say it all the time, built up as a big one and could easily just let us down with a ball fest.
Mm.
Norwich second in the table, a win, a draw, and a loss in their last three. Watford 14th, obviously. Still, are they still on the lookout for a manager, Watford?
Um.
I'm not sure if they appointed anyone yet.
Oh, is it the ex West Ham manager? Is it Bilic? Is he
Oh,
got the job?
Bilic. Yeah, sorry. No, you're
Bilic.
right. Yeah, Bilic went in.
Yeah.
Bilic went in, and their last three, he won his first, and then the last two, they've lost. Against, as I said, the recent one was against Blackpool. Your thoughts on this one? Because again, another game that could easily go either way.
When you look at it, what makes it sound like that is because of the two teams that got relegated from the Premier League last season.
Yeah.
But the problem is, I look at it is Norwich. I think Norwich is going to win this one, Dan, because Norwich hasn't sold any of their players since they got relegated. They
Yeah.
managed to keep pretty much all of their players. Hence, this is why they're doing well in the league. So I'm going to go for Norwich for the win on this one. But with that village, I think he was. When was he appointed manager? I think was it about 3 weeks ago? Something
Something
like
like
that.
that. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So so I think he's only managed properly. I think he's only managed 2 games. So within those 2 games he's managed, I think he's lost both of them, I think. Yeah, yes, they've lost their last 2 games, so it would have been them.
Yeah.
So yeah, so obviously he'll want to win, and what a game to get a win if they could beat Norwich. But to be honest with you, I just can't see it.
No, no, that's understandable. I mean, I'm gonna sit on the fence. I think it's gonna be one of those that's built up. Watford will want to sneak the points off Norwich, but Norwich will, if ever in doubt, go down the middle. That's all I'm gonna
Yeah,
say this week. I was
that's
slagging
what
you.
yeah.
I was slagging you, but it seems like the way we've done this drawing at minute, it's just going dada, dada, dada with all these initials. um, you guys are saying Ducky said 2-2 in this one. Kate's gone for a Norwich win alongside yourself. And Sam said could do with Watford pulling one out of the bag, but money on Norwich 2-0.
Yeah,
And the final game then, the final game of this 11th week end of football, Hull City, Birmingham. Hull currently sat in 20th with 14 points. Take into account their last 6 games, they lost 4, won 1, and then lost their last game. Birmingham, not much difference between them. As I say, 2 points. Birmingham's last 6, won 2, drawn 2, lost 1, won 1. So
yeah.
both sides very, very inconsistent. I just think Birmingham have been better away from home, where Hull have been quite poor at home.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, it's like what I say again, where they're both in the league, and the points between them, there ain't really that much. Our game before we played Preston, we beat them 2-1. On the weekend, we lost to Birmingham. We lost 3-0 to
Wow.
Birmingham, Bristol City. But you look at the players at Birmingham. I mean, they got that Troy Deeney that plays up front
Yeah.
for them. And even though we lost 3-0, their centre back scored 2 goals. Trusty. Now, this is the guy who my other team, Arsenal Football Club, we bought from America. And we've loaned him out to Birmingham, obviously, this season. And he scored 2 goals against Bristol City. So,
Yeah.
and to be honest with you, he was, I think he was voted one of the best one of the best defenders over in the league in America.
Wow.
So, so there's that as well. They have got a few good players. Do you know what, Val? I'm going to go for a Birmingham win on this one. I know they beat us 3-0, but I could see Birmingham winning this because
Well,
they've got that experience up front, which we Dini up front, and that quality centre back. Obviously from my other team, Arsenal Football Club. So
no, that game is the first game we've all gone for the same side.
is it?
Yeah. Out of all 12, is it 12? Yeah, out of all 12 games, that is the only one we have all agreed on the same side. There's been a difference throughout. So the scores definitely are going to be changing this weekend by the looks of things in somebody's favour.
That makes it more interesting.
It does make it more interesting, and hopefully, as host of this show, it goes to me. I can't see it though. I cannot see it. Let's look what you guys are saying. Simon says thinks Brummies to win 2-1. Kate's gone with a Birmingham win as well, same as us, as I said. Simon says, I'm worried about the Clarets when we play Birmingham. They scored 3 in their last game from set pieces. Yeah, we've not been the best, have we? Ducky's gone for 1-0 Hull. You have to be different, don't you, Ducky? What a prick. I'm only joking, son. I love you, really. You know I do.
Don't worry, Doug. He's like it to me. He's like it to me as well.
We used to wind Ducky up at college. We used to always say, if I knew the duck were coming, I'd have baked a cake. And nothing to do with his weight or all that, because he's a well-established man. I mean, he's built like Marinakis at fucking Forest, but
Yeah. Hey,
only joking, Ducky. I'm getting them all in now. I'm getting them all in now before bonfire night. Don't worry about it.
Talking about that, you coincidence, like you don't like pineapple on top of pizza. Remember that video I sent you a couple of weeks back? There was another topping it should go on the pizza. Do you remember that? It was an old guy that was.
Oh, I do remember. I tried to shut that part of my mind off.
No, it was a quality video though.
It was. Ducky said, "Of course, pal. Of course." It's been. Oh, I do apologise. It has been one of those nights tonight. I'm absolutely shattered, and Anthony was saying exactly the same off camera that we were both shattered tonight. So probably best and glad that we've managed to get this done just over the hour mark.
That was before the accident happened, because we were a couple of minutes late coming on, weren't we?
Yeah. Just don't buy a dog, people. Don't buy a dog. That's all.
Don't buy a dog.
So yeah, that is your week 11 predictions. Thank you very much, Anthony, for coming on again. Really, really do appreciate it. Love chatting and chin-wagging and, however the situation, you put me in with a pineapple on pizza, you bastard. But no, tell people where, and I didn't ask you at first, so I'm sorry about that, but tell people where they can find you predominantly and where people can check you and your stuff out.
Well, you can find me on my socials. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at my name at Anthony Herbert. You can also find me on Football United TV. I used a show on there called Gunners from All Corners. So so that's where you can find me. We're going to be doing a show tomorrow night. I think it's going to be early. Doing an early show. I think it's going to stream at 8 o'clock instead of 9. It's only because a couple of my guests can't come on at 9, so we made it 8 o'clock. So if anybody wants to tune in and watch that, they're welcome. I had a bit of a blip last week. My Wi-Fi weren't working properly, so I was trying to do a stream with hardly no Wi-Fi. But being me, we just went on and we managed to get it done. So that was that.
No, happy days, happy days. The link to Anthony's Twitter account, I think, is in the description. So go check Anthony's Twitter link out as well. I'll put the Instagram link in there as well if once I've done this and shut everything down and whatever. But thank you very, very much for watching, guys. Really, really do appreciate it. Ducky says, when you reach 700 subs, your challenge can be a slice of pizza with lots of pineapple on it. I'll tell you what, at 1K, because I said at 1K is when I will do the last challenge. What I will do, I will buy a ham and pineapple pizza. I will get it to take away. I will stand in my Burnley top outside the Jack Walker statue outside Ewood Park and eat a ham and pineapple pizza. So either way, I'm either going to be sick from the pizza or I'm going to get clocked in the jaw. So it's all for your entertainment, guys. Don't worry about it.
Dan, have you got any of these mealworms left over from the last one you did?
Oh, I'm not sticking them on it either. No, you're all right. I'd rather go without. Maybe that's an idea. That's an idea, actually. I might think about that.
Yeah, I mean, I hear Kate laughing when about the pineapple on the pizza.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
The last time I ever went to Ewood Park was with college, and there was one day I went and we, as a Burnley branch, we used to go meet up with like the Blackburn branch, and we had to wait for the coach back. And I'm stood there and I've got this white Burnley jacket on, and somebody drove past, wound his window down, going, "We don't fucking like your sort round here. Go on, fuck off." And it's only when I clicked, it was Matt Derbyshire who played up front for Blackburn. So yeah, it's one of them. Luke says, "You liar, he wouldn't do that." We shall see. We shall see.
Yeah,
we shall see. I will. As I said, there's a few ideas in the pipeline with it. I was thinking maybe getting my back waxed for charity because, as Kate says, I am the hairiest bald man she's ever met. Or I don't know, maybe something else. I'm not sure. I
think the pineapple on pizza is the best one at the minute.
Yeah, it's more simple to do.
I got you for that. I don't care. I've got you for that now. So
that way I'm killing two birds. I'm outside Ewood Park eating a dirty pizza outside of a dirty, dingy place. Yeah, we shall see.
Yeah,
I don't know what will make me sick more: being stood that close to a guy who bought a Premier League title in statue form, or eating a ham and pineapple pizza. But
I know what you would do. I know what you'd eat your pizza, stick your fingers down your throat, and regurgitate it up over the bite.
Why not? Why not? And hope that some other dirty bastards blaming has to clean it up. That's it. Clean up my mess, peasant. That said, Simon's off. He says, "Ciao for now. Got to let the dogs out. Ooh, and get bed before the little lad wakes up. Up the clarets, mate." And thanks for tuning in. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. Really do appreciate it. I'm going to go for a slash and get into bed. Sod it. And that's it. That's me done for the evening. you're expecting me to do all else, don't. I will be posting a link tomorrow for the if for anybody who is willing to or wanting to listen or watch the match preview we did yesterday with a Swansea fan ahead of the game this weekend. You can obviously listen or watch that on podcast platforms as of tomorrow morning. So please do check that out as well. And yeah, feel free to join us for a show very, very soon. If your team's playing this weekend, good luck. Go and smash it. Go and get a win, unless you're a Blackburn fan, and get rodded. Chris says there are plenty of dogs out there in the world. Exactly. They say with women, you've got to kiss a few frogs before you find a prince. For blokes, you've got to kiss a few dogs before you find your princess. And trust me.
And believe me, if they come over to you, walk over to you and piss on your foot, nah, chuck them out.
Stick them in the utility room.
Yeah, even better.
But take care, Chris. Everybody else, take care. Enjoy the rest of your weekend if I don't speak to you before. Go on.
There's one thing I want to say. I just want to say, for anybody who haven't subscribed this stream tonight, make sure you do. Also, Dan's got another show with Brad, haven't you?
I have, yeah.
What's it called? The Top 10?
Yeah, so Brad came to me and said, I want you to be a regular co-host on it. And he said about doing a top 10 battles. We've covered top 10 best managers, not managers, favourite football grounds, top 10 football grounds, and top 10 superheroes so far. So please do go and show your support to Top 10 Battles page as well. Yeah. I'm gonna make sure that I put that in my links from now on as well, so people can still go check that out as well. And as Anthony said,
I've watched it too, and it's brilliant.
No, I really appreciate it, mate. Really appreciate it. As Anthony says, you can like this video. That would be a big help. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't, because that's an even bigger help. And if you want to hit the notification bell, well, feel free. Go ahead. I'd rather you do the first two, if I'm honest. But thank you very, very much for your love and support. We will be back very soon with another video. Anthony, thank you again. You absolute living legend. Go and get that sock off. Go and run that foot under the sink. And we will see you soon with some other... with a brand spanking clean foot. Take care and have a good weekend.
Bye.